Hey everyone, it's been a while. It's Enda here, and this is a tourney from, God, this must be 6 or 8 months ago now at this stage. Ondo hosted. You'll find a link down below to both the bracket, if I can find it, and yeah, the full setups and everything like that, so that's all there. But yeah, there we go, and I'm going to be fighting my first opponent, who's going to be on the Uggs. Now, funny enough, I'm going to be rocking Halberd off dag for most of this tourney as the bolt goes out, and I'm going to have to be playing mostly off of the dagger in this matchup, just by virtue of the fact that if I go for a running attack, he can like pretty much reaction trade with it. I'm going to have to catch him with these trousers down before I can get a good rolls there, but tempted to press. I kind of expected him to. I know out of the roll that I do have priority out of that, and I try and go for the flaming strike. I do catch with the second half. He is going to be off the edge there, of course, which is going to give him an extra opportunity to roll. Gets caught at the second one, caught in, and then I force the panic roll and go to town with the off dag. And it's kind of the standard stuff that you're going to do in that matchup. You're playing off the dag, forcing those rolls. They can get. It is a PlayStation tournament, as you can see, because we're in Stormvale. So that means that no rune arcs or any of that fancy shenanigans. See the bow here. This round 2. So 1, 2, et moi. I believe it was a best of 3 to start off here. I probably should have checked the challenge in hindsight. But yeah, he's going to be up against the wall here. He's playing very, very cautiously. He goes for that second swing, and I kind of pressure and go for that R2. I kind of read that he's going to roll, so I just change up the timing slightly. Goes for that poison miss. That poison on Uggs isn't really a particularly good option, but I roll it out there. And you see, again, those running attacks are fantastic if you can force a roll. But once he realized that... that was not happening. I don't know why he's single-handed here as he goes for one-handed and eats a flaming strike. And of course the flaming strike on Halberd is the bread and butter of it, you know. Be getting that positional advantage, forcing a roll in a direction that you want. Even trades there for 300 damage. I try for a mash out, expecting him to roll out as he had before. And then force back in with the off dag and just go to town. He may have been stam checked there. There's a distinct possibility. But if I recall correctly, that's a match point, although we'll find out now in a second if it was a best of 3 or best of 5. I can't remember off the top of my head. Oh, no. And I believe that was a... I think we're having another match then. He's definitely swapped over to something else. I believe... Is that straight swords? I can't tell. It's been a while. This has been so long ago since I did this particular... I believe this is a single spear. I don't know why he has the offhand. I think he expects that he's something else or that I'll respect it, but like, I can just go to town here. Bit of a blunder on his part, but you know, we go for those trades there. He's going to try and play off of that. I don't quite know what he's doing. Switches back off onto the spear, then almost gets flaming struck. And spears into Halberd is kind of interesting. If I can force him to make a mistake like these here, where he's afraid of me, I can kind of get away with murder, and I try and go for that dead angle there in the crouch attack just to try and get a sneaky little late hit there. Call out the roll. He thinks he's safe, and he rolls back into the dagger, and that is, of course, a terrible, terrible mistake. Unfork, bestie. Shake my hand. That's just an nature to be. No, GG's to the dude. I'm not sure. I think there was misplays there on his part, but now we're on to Bunaktra. I'm probably butchering that pronunciation. I apologize. Into the flaming strike there. Caught into the corner. Goes for a flaming strike of their own. Tries to reinitiate aggression, but I'm already there. They probably tried to mash out on that one. I go for a stray L1. I think maybe expecting a kind of a bit of aggression, but turn back in and then the roll BS. I believe this is Ireland to Germany, and then into the charged R2 then is the signature wake up. But I answer with the two-handed crouch R1 as they try to reinitiate. And that's actually really nice on the Halberd. You can kind of get some nice combos and catch people off guard with that crouch R1. See these flame strikes here from neutral? You kind of have to force aggression with them first. You know, that's the trick. I go for a run attack. I think I tried to make magic happen twice, but it didn't quite work out with the backstab. He calls out my bullshit here. I probably would have been better going for a straight R1 and then the R1, L1, R1, which ignore that. Again, we're seeing all the Halberd bread and butters coming out here as we see this immediate pressure here. Catches them there on the crouch attack again. Because you can dead angle it, but very, very nice comeback attempt there, given that I'm quite... Again, PlayStation damage numbers because of no rune arc, it means that fights can be over really, really quickly. So you kind of have to be a little bit more on it. You can't afford to make as many mistakes. And this is a match point, I believe, as I go for a cheeky dagger to start. Tried to go for a strafe there. I forgot that this isn't patch 1.09. I can't really go for that, but I do manage to go for the turnaround BS on that. Into the charged R2. Does it land? Both hits do land. Go for another one. And then a flaming strike again to catch them in the corner. But the dead angle, it's worth a try in case they don't panic roll to try and like roll it out. But when you're stuck in the corner, I probably should have expected the panic. And again, that's... See how much of the damage here in this match has been done exclusively through Flaming Strike. It is an incredibly strong setup. It complements the weaknesses of Halberd, given that, you know, you don't really have good... How do I put Halberd? Halberd can be strafed. There is a considerable amount of counterplay to it. Those running attacks are very easily strafed. Everything is reactable. But you can call out people, but do I go for the dagger here, or do I go for the... Do I go for the dagger, or do I do the smart thing and go for the flaming strike? Either or works, depending on the situation, and I believe this is me getting knocked into losers, as I do manage to eat a tasty bit of damage, not once, but twice. I am now in menus, I'm like, oh no, and then I get hit by that, and then I manage to get some nice counter aggression. Do manage to get 852 on those flaming, and again, flaming strike. What is there not to like about it? It's incredibly strong. He's stuck in the corner here. I'm playing as patiently as I possibly can. Managed to get a nice little bit of damage there in the off die. Go for another flaming strike. Go for an R2. Managed to actually clip him. This is Eli, of course. And Eli is a phenomenal player. Has multiple tourneys under his belt. An Italian gamer. Shoutouts to him. Very, very solid play. And I believe he knocks me out here. I go for the off dag. I try and counteract it again. And then I panic roll. And that is a loading screen for me. And I believe in the tournament, that was the first loading screen I'd seen. Eli, of course, I don't think there's much shame in losing a stock to Eli here. Phenomenal PSGS player, and has even, I dare say, used some other setups in the meantime. But yeah, we're going to go for this again. I kind of know what to expect here. I don't know why I went for it right off the bat. I expected him to go for it a bit sooner, so I'd have an opportunity to flask. But... things were not as they should be, as I'm going to do a little run out here. Managed to eat that little bit of damage. If you see me go for jump R2s, there's one simple reason for it. It's I don't know what else to do. We see me swapping over. I think I swapped my tallies there. Hopefully I actually did. As I go in for this little bit of pressure. I was expecting another press there, hence the run out. I probably could have mashed on him, in all honesty. Would have been a much smarter thing to do. Go for that flaming strike. Force it back into the corner. And I do manage to get clipped. And there we go. Vortexed to death. I did manage to roll the last one there. Goes for another one. Getting another little bit of chip here. I'm forced back into the corner. Not ideal. Not great. And the switch over to fists here. It is so Jover. But I do manage to get that run out. And I don't know why I stayed in there. That is a classic blunder, if ever there was one. I start looking at these swaps. I'm going for a bit of pressure. I'm going to eat a bit of damage. And I still manage to survive. But then finally taking out. And that's Eli. Doesn't actually win that round, because if I recall correctly, Glintstone scraps were banned. Oh, Elden Ring players refusing to read rules. Yeah, you hate to see it. And boom, away it goes again. Out it goes. Yeah, we actually do manage to dodge it that time. Impressive. I didn't make the same mistake. Do swap over to stock here on this one. And the reason I'm doing this is I'm convinced that he doesn't have a swap on demand. And I can just get that tasty little bit of pressure. We might see him change over in his menus here, but he does force out a whiff from... I say force out. I whiffed. I done goofed pretty badly here. And we do another extra little bit of pressure. Good spacing here on the side of Eli that he wasn't in danger. And I'm going to get Le Vortexed in the corner. Goes for a flaming strike. And I just eat insane amounts of damage. Oof. Owie. Bad time. Again... Play off your offhand. That is the 90% of what you should do with Halberd, is playing off the offhand. I am an idiot in that I really like pressing the Halberd buttons, but I forget that the other buttons exist. So, 9 times out of 10, if there's ever a wonder what you should be going for, I'm waiting for the day. Yeah, I actually managed to get the other one here. And he goes for it again and manages to get a punish there. I should have just pressured him to death there. Switches over to Carrions, which is a matchup I'm a little bit better at, in that it's a little bit more forgiving on my inability to press the roll button. those little stutter steps there to try and force it out, but he does go for that punish and manages to get a backswing out of it. Doesn't get the straight R1, but that backswing, especially point blank, is super nasty. Another flaming strike there. I'm kind of in the corner. I was expecting him to pressure me. I'm saying in hindsight, because I'm a creature of habit if ever I was one, and we do manage to get that R1. He does go for that jump, the empty jump there, to try and attempt to punish my other presses. We're both relatively even. Flaming strike there comes out, 802 damage on the board. I think I'm still, and he goes for the other presses, and he continues pressing. That is me walking into a world of hurt, ladies and gentlemen, and that silly, oh, he won't press again, is what puts me into loser's bracket. Oh, no, it doesn't, actually. He has another, does he have another play here? Okay, I'm looking at my timer here. It is lying to me. That's crazy. Go for a run. Go for another run. Do I threaten to pressure him that he doesn't get an opportunity to flask? Yeah, we both figure out that it's probably better we flask here. Back on the PSGS again. Force back now. Oh, barely. I felt that roll. And I go for the dagger, expecting him to stay in. He stays in for the second one. Flaming strike there just to give me a little bit of an opportunity to get the hell out of dodge. Which I do. Barely. Good spacing. This is why Eli his tourneys under. And that spacing there is impressive. I was full sure that I'd be able to force a roll out of him. And the flaming strike then. And I am on death's door. I'm forced back now once again. Oh dear. Oh dear, and the swap onto fists. Oh, it is Jover. Once you see the fists come out, it is so Jover. But I do manage to actually get the swap off here. I'm not sure how this ends. I think he backs me into a wall, into a corner, and I just about managed to space out that barbaric roar, which was legal in the tourney. And I flaming strike, as opposed to going for an off-dag touch there just to get out of dodge. High commitment, low health, bad idea. Treat your game like you do relationships, and make sure you do the least committal thing possible. That is a pro end tip there. But ladies and gentlemen, that is the first part of this. We'll probably have the second part sometime over the next couple of days, so do stay tuned. But it's good to be back, and it's good to be casting games again. So hope you enjoyed whatever out of this, and hit the like, subscribe, all those things I'm supposed to say if you like more of this stuff. Ew. Gross, disgusting. But anyway, love you all. Take care, everyone. Bye-bye.